Oh, I am. Hello.
So I think our issue is, I think you have some kind of setting that's not letting us move from room to room.
Oh, okay. Let's try this.
it's echoey because I have no light. Okay.
Yeah. I can't turn off my sound with the audio, otherwise it's going to mess up YouTube. That's exactly what just caused the previous problem. So if you guys can mute yourselves unless you're talking, that will cut down on that echo. The whole not being able to move to room thing, I think, is because I initially randomized it. I think when I initially create them, I need to select the option for, oh, I got 24 seconds. I need to select the option where you can select your own, which is what we do in like mock trial and speech and debate all the time. So just give it a second and I can redo them. And then I would recommend going back into the room where you started and then go from there. Three seconds. Okay. Options. Allow participants to choose the room. Allow to return to main session at any time. Countdown timer. Yay, I can shorten it. I'm closing it down to 15 seconds. Okay, so these are our new settings. We're going to try them out. You are free to go. So now you should be able to pick your own room. Where did that phone go? Yay, the audio works. I'm so excited. Okay. Yay. All right, guys, so I'm ready when you are. I've got my solution A, my unknown solution B. I'm ready to mix. I just need you to tell me what to mix. Technology seems to be working for the moment. So.
Sorry, my laptop went dead.
No worries. Can you move yourself into a room or do you need me to assign you?
I got it. Thank you.
So we've got a lab leader meeting. Sounds like good collaboration to me. Any of them, there's also room 6 and room 7 with nobody in them, if you want privacy. If you need to move back to the main room and tell me what room you want to move to, I can do that. Hi.
Hi. Okay. So we came to a consensus. So we decided on doing 5, 15, 25, 35, and 45 milliliters of bleach for our levels of independent variable.
Okay, so then how much of the solution B?
So if we're keeping the volume at 50 consistent,
Up to you
then
guys.
if it were to be 5 milliliters of bleach, then 45 of solution B, and then so on.
Not and so on, you tell me.
45, and then 35, and then 25, 15, 5.
Like that?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. So we're going to call this level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5.
Okay. And then, yeah, we're just splitting up which group is responsible for each.
Yes, I do want you guys to figure out, like, theoretically how that would work. I get that I'm going to do it all.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can you distribute this information and I'll start mixing stuff?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. All right. So we have our levels. Level 1 will be 5 milliliters of bleach to 45 milliliters of solution B. Level 2 will be 15 milliliters of bleach, 35 milliliters of solution B. Level 3, 25 to 25. Level 4, 35 milliliters of bleach to 15 milliliters of solution B. Level 5, 45 milliliters of bleach and 5 milliliters of solution B. That was fast. It was supposed, because it's supposed to be. Get your information from your lab leaders. Let's start with level 1. We are going to start with our, let's see here, this is solution B. So let's start over here with the bleach. 5 milliliters of solution A. Oh, you know what I just realized? I can't measure 5 milliliters in a 100 milliliter graduated cylinder. So timeout, or actually, let me skip to solution, or level 2. And I need to grab a different graduated cylinder for level 1. For level 2, it's going to be 15 milliliters of bleach with 35 of the solution B. Did you hear what I just said about the I can't measure 5? I have a 10 milliliter graduating cylinder in my room. I just have to go get it.
So can we still use 5 as
Yeah. I just figured I would skip that one for now and give you guys some data to start working on, and then I'll do that one last. Does that work? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do 15. And to be honest, I should really measure 15 milliliters in a 25 milliliter graduated cylinder, but that I don't have. So here's my 15 milliliter of bleach, and I'm going to mix that with 35 milliliters of level 2. Or for level 2, it will be 35 milliliters. All right, and when I do, I want to see what the actual temperature is. So I've got my probe, and if anyone's interested, I will show this on the dot cam in Zoom. I'll also read it out loud, of course, because I know a lot of you don't want to be bouncing in and out of breakout rooms like crazy pants. So there's dot cam, just in case anybody wants to come see it. So right now, the temperature of just the bleach is 19.0 degrees Celsius. Again, this is level 2, 19.0 degrees Celsius, before I've mixed solution B. Now, unknown B has been sitting at room temperature for the same amount of time as the bleach. So it would also be at 19. I don't want to mix the two because I don't want to pre-mix like the solutions. I want to see the heat all at once. So here we go. We're adding unknown B. And we're up to 24.4, 24.7, 25.0, 25.1, 25.0, 25.1. I'm going to give it a little stir. 25.4, 25.5, 25.5, 25.5, 25.6. Notice I'm mixing this in a styrofoam cup. There's probably a reason for that. Still at 25.6. And still at 25.6. So I'm going to call this at max temperature here for level 2, 25.6 degrees Celsius. Starting at an original 19 degrees Celsius. Level 2. I'm going to switch this out for a different cup now. And I'm going to mix level 3. Now level 3 is going to be 25 milliliters of each of them, actually. So there's my 25 milliliters of bleach. And I'm going to mix 25 milliliters of the unknown solution. Notice how I have everything in completely separate labeled containers to avoid cross-contamination there. All right, so now I'm going to grab a little paper towel and wipe off my thermometer. So there's no cross-contamination there either. And I'm going to get the initial temperature of the mixture here. And big surprise, we are at 19.0, the same initial temperature from before. So now I'm going to add solution B and see what the temperature change might be. All right, give it a little stir. 29.7, 29.8, 29.9, 30.0, 30.0. Still 30.0. Keeping my agitation consistent, right? 30.0. Still no change. So I think I'm going to call it. Maximum temperature for level 3, 30 point. Oh, wait, I lied. It went up a degree. 30.1. Now it's kind of flickering between 30.0 and 30.1, but our maximum temperature is 30.1 degrees Celsius. I'm going to go ahead and move on to level 4. Clean this guy off. Make sure we don't have any cross-contamination. I'm going to get a brand new cup. So we're going to mix level 4, where we have 35 milliliters of bleach. There we go. Go ahead and put that in the graduated cylinder. And then we have 15 milliliters of solution B. There we go. All right, so let's get our initial temperature. All right, exactly 19.0 again. 19.0 degrees Celsius. It does say 0.0 each time. So now I'm going to mix in my 15 milliliters of solution B. We get 21.8, jump to 30.6, 32.9, 33.6, 34.5, 34.8, 34.9, 35.0, 35.0, 35.0, and still 35.0. Seeming like we've hit our plateau here. Give it another second, just in case. 35.0 still. So we're going to call it 35.0 degrees Celsius for level 4. All right, new cup. Now for level 5, we're doing 45 milliliters of bleach. So we'll go ahead and put our bleach in the cup. And then only 5 milliliters of solution B. So I think I've hit the point where I've got to go grab that graduated cylinder. So it'll take me just a second to run to my room. I'll be right back. Okay, don't run in the lap, right? Got it. 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. So we have 45 of the bleach in. We need 5 of solution B. So we're going to use, because there are no markings under the 10 milliliter of the 100 milliliter graduated cylinder. So we're going to switch over to the 10 milliliter one and do 5 milliliters. Actually, I'm going to use my funnel too so it don't spill. Oh, I went a little bit over. Let's try that again. All right. So now I got 5 milliliters in. Let's get our baseline temperature ready. All right. Unfortunately, it's getting a little bit colder in here. My baseline temperature for level 5 is 18.9 degrees Celsius. So we dropped a tenth of a degree. 18.9 degrees Celsius to start. All right, ready to add our 5 milliliters. $22.4, $23.6, $23.4, $23.5, $23.6, $23.7, $23.7, $23.7, oh, $23.8, $23.9, $24.0, $24.0, $24.0, $24.0. And that seems to be our plateau, 24.0. All right, so that'll do it for level 5. Now that I have the right glassware, let's go back to level 1. So we've done levels 2 through 5. Now we're going to go back to level 1, where it was only 5 milliliters of the bleach. So again, I'm going to use the graduated cylinder here to try to pour only 5 milliliters of bleach. Very slowly. All right. Whew, just barely. So there's my 5 milliliters of bleach. There's barely anything in there. And then we're going to go to 45 milliliters of solution B. Oh, wow. Sorry. Almost did a bad thing. Didn't mix yet. So let me get my initial temperature, clear this off, make sure there's nothing on it. And there's not a whole lot to dip it in. So I'm going to try to gather it off to the side, kind of tilt it, so that way there's enough to submerge the probe of the thermometer. And so we can get our initial temperature here. It says 19.7, which doesn't seem right to me. So I think I might refill this 5 milliliters. New cup, nothing in it. Maybe I did accidentally put a drop in there or something. Okay, so there's my 5 milliliters. And let me double check the volume on this. 45 milliliters. Wipe this off again. Put our 5 milliliters in. So now again, we're going to kind of gather the liquid on the side. And that looks better. We got 19.0 this time. 19.0 to start. So then we're going to add our 45 milliliters. All right, and we got 21.2, 21.3. Mix it. 21.4. Twenty-one point four. 21.4. 21.4. Still 21.4. So I believe that is our final temperature for level 1, 21.4 degrees Celsius. All right. And that's going to do it for one level of each trial. It is now 5:25, so let's actually go ahead and come back together to figure out kind of next steps and where we're going to go from here, how we're going to finish this. So I'll give you guys like 2 or 3 minutes and then make your way back to the main room. Everything worked like you were see it all on the YouTube and you could hear it. You could hear it. I was so excited the audio worked. It's like up to the minute I thought it was not working.
Yeah. Do we need to keep YouTube on anymore?
No, not really. I mean, we're like the assigned time is done in 5 minutes, so I don't think we're gonna have time to finish tonight. Unless you guys want to go like significantly later.
No, I don't have time.
I just wanted to get everybody back here before we talk about that. So hold on, there's still... Okay, breakout rooms are closed, so everybody should be here. Right. Okay, so we've got one trial done, theoretically, right, with 5 levels. But we still really haven't put any thought into, is that actually sufficient data? Because you're still just so used to, because IE wants 5 levels, okay, so we'll give them 5 levels, we'll be happy and shut up, right? Maybe extend it by a half hour and be done with it. But to really understand why 5 levels is not enough, we really need a lot more time, like another hour. So I would like to propose repeating this next Wednesday, not next week because that's Thanksgiving, of course. But I already actually had twilight hours set up for the Wednesday after just to help you guys with the lab report on this. So we could spend like an hour finishing the lab and then also have an hour for Q&A afterwards. You guys froze on me. Okay, got some thumbs up. There we go. All right, so do not lose this data. Do not lose this data. As a matter of fact, does anyone feel like they have it organized enough for me to read to give it to 2 of my kids that weren't able to make it today? That they could share with me? Monis, you shook your head yes. First that I saw, if you could send it to me, please. Okay.
Yeah.
What I would like you to do, though, before we meet next time is to put some thought into this. Like, what do you think even the data that we have so far might indicate as far as which levels are optimal? Because we need to figure out what the best ratio is and then how we can get sufficient data to prove it. And if we could already put some thought into that ahead of time, it'll really speed things up next time. Sound like a plan? All right, Camden?
What is the uncertainty for the other graduate cylinder used?
That is an excellent question. And while I won't repeat the uncertainties because they are in your glassware project that you should, and juniors or seniors, you did that glassware project, and I told you to save that like your Bible last time. So I'm not going to tell you the uncertainty, but I will tell you I used a 100 milliliter graduated cylinder for almost everything, except for I used a 5 milliliter graduated cylinder for that. And yes, that affects your uncertainty in your calculations and in your graph. So I am glad that you brought up that it is different, but you are going to have to figure out what they are. I didn't even. Oh, you know what I do? I have this due like before Christmas break, like literally the last day of Christmas break. So even if we meet next Wednesday, I'm still hoping that's enough to get it done. I don't know what Ms. Dolenchai is planning on assigning. I'm planning on assigning analysis and just the first half of eval, and hoping that we can still get that done by Christmas break. So if you wanted to go ahead and start working on some of the other parts of that, go for it. But I would really like it still turned in before Christmas break, even if we have to do it next week. That still gives you 2 weeks. Sound like a plan, guys? Did you guys have fun? Like, was this kind of a different experience? Okay, cool. It was really good to see all of you guys. I hope to see you back next Wednesday, same link. Or not next Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays from now. Same link.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Miss O'Neill, thank you.
All right, thanks.
I'm listening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss O'Neill, I actually had a question. About the graph, is there any way that we could ask for help on that if we do need it?
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
Well, I wasn't sure just because like it's an IB lab. Like,
Well, so I'm not going to tell you what to graph, you know what I mean? But I'm going to help you with like how would I do 2 trend lines? How would I do error bars that are going in different directions? And how do I do 2 x-axes? Like the how to do Excel, I can help you with.
Alright, thank you.
You got
and
it.
Have a good day.
You too.
So I have a quick question. It was about one of the ideas we went over during our 4A, I think. Oh no, 2B. Yeah.
Oh, class
So yeah. So I missed. It was like the same thing, the ratios and stuff. And you said you like explained that there's like certain ratios here, and then you explained the limiting reactance of like the things on the graphs. But I forgot how you did how you like found which one was the limiting reactant, I guess, and like the mole ratio and how it relates to cations.
So going back to the demo, because I can't show you with this slide. With the demo, we basically had a peak here at the 1:3 ratio.
Yeah.
But over here would have been like a 1:2 ratio, or maybe over here was like a 2:1 ratio. This is all in terms of iron nitrate coming first.
Yeah, I think the left one was 1 to 5.
Okay, I'm at a wait, 1 to 5? What did I do?
Wait.
1 to 5 wouldn't have been over there. 5 to 1 would have been over there. Which we can do it with 5 to 1 if you want. Yeah, 5 to 1's over there too. That would be the last one. Graduated cylinder 7.
Maybe I flipped them. Oops.
Oh, that would explain why it's confusing.
Yeah, because I said left was next to a limiting reactant, so I was like really confused. So maybe I flipped the graphs, maybe.
Maybe. Or flip that one ratio.
Yeah, could you explain it one more time?
Absolutely. So when I say it's a 1:2 iron to sodium hydroxide, volume-wise, I've mixed 1 mole of iron nitrate with 2 moles of NaOH. But what we want in order to have the actual optimal reaction with the maximum precipitate would be 1 mole of iron nitrate and 3 moles of Na.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think I just flipped the graph then. Okay.
Do you want me to do this side too?
Have a good Thanksgiving break.
You too.